I want to say that honestly, reflecting on her work is such a distinguished, reflecting on her work of such a distinguished scholar is both an honor and an opportunity to consider how research can shape not only academic work, but also just looking at the society and looking at how we're going to respond to issues of the society. So I just want to say that as I have engaged with Dr. Njeri Kinyanjui, one of the things that really stood out for me is her emphasis on, the use of local knowledge and community-driven solutions. And why I think her emphasis is the fact that, working with the community, if you're developing any solution, it's a good way because it ensures sustainability. And if I can just say, currently I'm working on an education program, and one thing that I picked from her emphasizing on just using community-driven solution is the fact that if you are developing a solution and you listen to the people, there is a high chance that that particular solution is going to continue and it's not going to be rejected in any way. So for me, I would say her emphasis on recognizing local knowledge and community-driven solution as a powerful source of innovation. Her work really challenged me to rethink how we approach development rather than viewing actors as people who are just from the margins, but look at actors as people who are going to shape or transform the society. So as someone working in research and development, this has made me reflect more deeply on programs, on how programs should be designed. So too often we rely heavily on global best practices, yet Dr. Kinyanjui reminds us that the most sustainable solutions are often rooted in lived experiences, values, and knowledge of communities themselves. So her work has reinforced my belief that people we serve should not simply be beneficiaries of development, but active partners in shaping it. So another lesson I take from her scholarship is the initiative to rethink development through African values. As it has been said, her philosophy on Ubuntu reminds us that lasting progress is built not only on efficiency or competition, but also on collaboration, mutual support, and shared prosperity. And I believe this is a perspective that is relevant today, as it will be for future generations of scholars and practitioners. And even as I conclude, I just want to share something small, Basil, if you allow me. Some time back, when we were to elect courses, intentionally, I did not, it's such a shame back then that I did not pick her course. And for this reason, one is, at times when you are choosing an elective course, you'd pick it based on the fact that it's going to help in your career, one. And also we did our own background search. You'd pick it because the particular lecturer would share much knowledge. And from what we gathered from our colleagues, those that had done courses of Dr. Njeri Kinyanjui, and they told us that pick it if you want more knowledge. She's someone who thinks not just on the surface. She would critically make you not to think just from an ordinary perspective. You see something on a different angle. And so despite the fact that we were encouraged, there was so much strength, I intentionally did not pick it. I think for maybe the reason, the fact that maybe at that time when you look at Dr. Kinyanjui, there was also some silent that she's tough, she's strict, and I intentionally did not pick it at that particular time. Later on, when we were being assigned supervisor, my topic was on education. I was assigned to her. I was like, okay, it seems like fate, it seems like we were meant for each other somehow, that I had to encounter her at one point or the other. So, and in that particular, now that she had been assigned to me as my supervisor, I said, okay, now we are here, Lydia, what do we do? And I was like, let me do a background search of how I'm going to deal with her. How am I going to survive in this, all this? So I also talked to my previous students who had passed through, and they encouraged me that what you just do, when it comes to supervisory sessions, just do what she wants. It's okay for you to, challenge her. Don't be afraid, because she likes such kind of student. And years later, surprisingly, it went well. We had our rough moments, we had our good moments where she'd, tell me things are not making sense. There are those moments that she'll say, it is now making sense, and etc. So it really went well to a point that she'd even invite me to her home later on. And one day I think she was writing a paper on exams, and she quoted me on the daily newspaper. To date, I have kept that daily newspaper because she quoted my name in that. And I just want to tell you, Dr. Kinyanjui, that you just writing my name on that paper was such a confidence booster, because you're such, I would say, a person who is of authority in the education space, and such a smart person in the education space. Just you writing my name on the newspaper gave me a confidence booster. And later on, I have written a paper that we published. It is because of that belief that you made me know that indeed you can write. So thank